Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome into your ITFC match reaction show. I'm, of course, your host, the Gov, and it is finished. Middlesbrough 0, ITFC 2. Town march on, double bubble at the Borough. Have your say now. This is the show for the fans, by the fans. We are live again tomorrow at 4 p.m. Slightly later than normal for Talking Town, but 4 p.m. tomorrow. But get active, say hello. Let's put the green screen light up, put it on in a second. But yes, 3 points, Town second. What are your thoughts this evening? I get a couple of comments. James, Warren, Elmer. Haladki been amazing. Burgess man of the match, but really frustrating that Morsey getting a silly yellow at the end. Sharon's got a family of Borough fans. This is a huge result for me. Expecting radio silence from their fan for the next few days. EJ, great win. But what was Morsey doing kicking the ball away? Paul P, great result, but shame about Morsey. Lots of feeling about Morsey's booking. Obviously, that now leaves him one away from missing the derby. I imagine he'll play at Vicarage Road on Tuesday. Gets through that 90, he'll play against Norwich. If he gets a booking in that one, obviously he won't. Chris Boy, really professional, solid away performance. And James says, can I wake up yet? Chris McTaggart, good morning from Queenstown, New Zealand. Another great win. Thought beforehand, happy with draw, clean sheet. And Scott Mablethorpe says, decent ref today. Come on, you Blues. I'll bring in Coxie first of all. I have dropped the link to have your say on the show for the fans, by the fans. Coxie, what an afternoon. Town winning for the first time since 2010. Talk me through your feelings. I'm still here. You won't see me for 1 minute. What are you thinking this afternoon?
Well, it was a complete away performance, really. Yeah, you expected more. I expected more from Borough, and the commentary I was listening to, they were sort of waxing lyrical, and then they're blaming it on their suspensions and players coming back and injuries and stuff like that. But no, it was a good, a really, really solid away performance. It was, it was a clean sheet, and perhaps they weren't at the best of day, and they had a few what I would call half chances, really, and they did. Yeah, not no thing, but Haladki, when he needed, he was there. He'd done his job.
Yeah. Oh, the second half, particularly first half, I don't think he had much to do at all. But that second half, he had a couple of really smart saves to make. My favourite save from Haladki this afternoon, Coxie, you could tell me yours, was the one where he's palmed it from the Luke Wolfenden header. But the palm is not an aimless palm. He's palmed it in between two Borough on-rushers. And it's such an intelligent parry, as they used to call it. And that was my favourite save. Did you have a favourite save this afternoon?
Yeah, I'll join you on that one. But yeah, like you said, it's not just when he first came in at the season, and we were sort of a few of us, me mostly, kept moaning about he doesn't but to catch, he punches, but that's a really good comment, Governor. He's parried that, but it's a parried pass, perhaps you could say that. Yeah,
yes, and it's smart because it's a near
smart,
flick on from Wolfenden. Yeah. You've seen them go in the past. Morsey picked up his yellow card.
I think that's the only dark cloud. He's a bit of a prat at the end there. Well, he didn't need to do that. Just it's just in its the game is in its dying sort of moments, and come on, Sam, you shouldn't have done that. You've had a good afternoon, mate. That was he's experienced player. He's not. You can't blame it on being young. That was silly, but we let him off. But obviously, we want him for next Saturday for a little game.
Absolutely, that's the thing. So you head into Tuesday, with him one card away. He could miss the derby. That would be a big emotional and quality miss next Saturday. But we're dealing with the here and the now, and we haven't won at the Riverside since 2010. It's a hard place to go. Now, people will say Borough weren't the best, and the commentary was obviously saying how second best they perhaps were through the 90, but it's still a tough place to go notoriously for Town. So how much of a big result is this? Because Jack Smith said, what a damn good result. Mike Baker, that's a massive result. We really are the real deal. It does feel like a real marker, doesn't it? A real pin in the season of we're here and we're here to really stay. It hasn't been an early season fluke.
Yeah, I was quite surprised by that stat. We haven't won there since 2010, but fair enough. We have had 4 seasons in League One, but it's quite. That's never been one that's cliche from football. It's never been a happy hunting ground for us. But today. We went there. We'd done the job. You know.
Does that surprise you, or is that a part of the season's journey and story? Do you feel?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't too sure. Like I said, it's like most other people, I was expecting a better game from Borough, but you got to beat what's in front of you. And we've seen that before. We've seen it. Oh yeah, the team we're facing this afternoon, are we out this player, that player, and then we've gone on to draw or lose. But we went there, done the job.
Absolutely. Before I let you go, Coxie, enjoy your Saturday night. Who was your man of the match this evening?
I'm going to go for a Haladki for them saves when needed. Shout out to Burnsy, but my man is Haladki. I'm still not personally a fan of when he's out of his goal. You really saw that in the first half, but when he controlled it, where you sort of cringing a bit. He's got to mess up, but Haladki, Vladkaf, well done, our keeper.
All right, and one last question for you, Cox, because we'd love hearing from you. I'd love having you on the platform. Your 3-word review for this afternoon. If it was to be 3 words, what would you say is your 3-word review?
Win away.
Win away. You only need to
move on. I have a hyphenated one for that. Win. All right. Yeah. Win away. Move on.
Win away. Move
on.
Yeah. You've got 4 there, but we'll let you.
Well, that's a hyphenated third one. Right?
Yeah.
Move on.
It's 4. You're a legend, Cox. We love you having you on the show. Okay. Thanks ever so much for popping on.
Adios.
Enjoy your Saturday night. We'll jump to Phil on the coach. Phil, what are you thinking this afternoon? Oh, we can't hear him. Phil, you're on mute. Come back if you can get yourself off mute. Mike Baker. That's a massive result. We really are the real deal. Upper Town. Chris Boyd. Did Chappers take a goal, take a deflection? It was hard to see. Yes, it did. Off Matt Clark's forehead. Don't forget, hit the like button. Subscribe. Talking Town for the fans, by fans, and one of the fans who was there today. Phil, you're back.
What a win. Made it look so easy this afternoon. Job done.
What are your thoughts?
That's a win, mate. A win's a win.
A win's a, yeah,
we're keeping pace for Leicester. We're still 8 points ahead of Leeds. We go into the Watford away game on Tuesday night, and we're going to get 3 points down at Vicarage Road. And then we are going to smash Norwich next Saturday lunchtime. And we are going to be hounding down Leicester when we play Leeds on the 23rd. Come Boxing Day, happy days. Another 3 points on the road. We made it look so easy this afternoon. Middlesbrough didn't really have much in attack. Maybe threatened from 2 or 3 set pieces from a few corners in the second half. But it was job done. We controlled the game mostly right from the word go. Didn't really allow them any room to create any chances. And I would say, in truth, we're lucky not to score a third goal. And it's a superb win. I would say Middlesbrough's not an easy ground to go to get 3 points. They don't concede many goals at home. They don't score many either. And this afternoon, we just showed that we are worthy of a top 2 place. And Leeds are going to have to come at us on the 23rd. And let's hope we can go to Ellen Road and get a result. But as far as I'm concerned, we're staying in the top 2. Come the 1st of January when we play Stoke. Happy days, another 3 points. And let's look forward to the Watford game on Tuesday night.
Absolutely. Before we lose the connection, I want to know who is your man of the match. And it's not often away from home. 60-odd minutes you get in the old way.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Morsey and Chaplin in midfield today was particularly strong. Brody, I felt, had a good game, and Taylor was so unlucky not to score one of his trademark goals. From the edge of the area, it was so close, literally within a few inches, scraping the paintwork off the top of the bar. But 2-0. I think for me, Chaplin. I think I would give it to Chaplin just for that strike in the first half.
Perfect. Phil, safe travels home. Upper Town, son. Upper Town. Look after yourself. Woody Wood, what a result. Fantastic, boys. Wasn't expecting that. Rax Max, Super Blues. Get in, get job done, get out. Leaf was awesome again. Jeremy wants the link. Jeremy, link is in the chat, my man. Just click it. Jack Smith, what's all the whinging? We just beat. Who's whinging? Wait, who's whinging? I've not heard a single whinge yet. David, as there should be, we've just won. David Pascoe, great result. I thought we would lose today. 9 points out of 9 since the loss at West Brom. Alex, really pleased for Hutchinson. Haladki, best sweeper keeper in the league. Hey, £2 from Alex. Alex, thank you very much. We really appreciate those £2. If you want to follow Alex's wonderful league, get a super chat in. I will read out any super chat. The Shire Sharks has a good professional performance, and finally a clean sheet. Can't complain. John from Ipswich. Middlesbrough could have been a banana skin. We are here to stay in chase, I think, for straight promotion. I'll bring in Steve, then we'll go to Lee. Steve, I want to talk about George Hurst because, as Chris Boyd said, how hard does George Hurst have to work to the goal? He works himself to, literally in minutes, he's chasing shadows. He's that shattered.
I'll be honest, and it's a bit of a curveball, but for me, I think George Hurst was man of the match today. He did everything for us that Latte Laugh didn't do for them. He held the ball up. He played some balls through. He passed that little ball to Chaplin, who just played it through to Hutchinson for the second goal. The ball just stuck to him, and he was chasing and chasing and chasing, and that was everything that Latte Laugh didn't do. You know what I mean? And even the Borough commentators were saying, that's something they weren't doing, and we were. And it just makes a huge difference when you're trying to get up the field. If your striker can hold on to the ball and play it out to someone, you've always got a chance.
Absolutely.
If your striker loses the ball, the move's gone. And I thought he worked so hard, near enough got the full 90 in as well, but he worked so hard and he deserved a goal. But, I'm sure he'll be happy with his performance. I'm sure McKenna will be happy with his performance. For me, I think it was a man of the match performance because although everybody played well and everybody played a role, Halaki played well, even Clark played well. Everybody played a role. I think just for getting up in a tough game like that sort of like holding the ball up was the key in that game because they couldn't do it and we could do it. And I think that's what made the difference.
Oh, absolutely. And you can see how hard he works for the team week in, week out, but particularly on 80 minutes when he's putting his socks up halfway line and you could see a physically shattered man, and he's left it all on the field as he does every week. And he's one of my favourite players, has been for a while. And watching him play, goals are what he's judged on. He's a striker, that will happen. But a lot of his play, Steve, as you've rightly said, is back to goal, hard work, the nitty, the gritty. But the stuff that creates that second goal, for example, he turns Matt Clark beautifully, which then gives Connor Chaplin the opportunity to thread the ball through to Amari Hutchinson. But you don't get that opportunity without George Hurst's hard work, movement, and then turn. He's such a good player, isn't he?
With his strength against someone like Matt Crook, he would lose that ball if he didn't have that strength. If he didn't have that strength and that eagerness to get the ball away to a teammate, we would have lost that ball there and the goal wouldn't have happened. So it just shows that his work off the ball is so important. And I think he's the sort of striker we've needed for a long time. Agreed. I think when Ladapo came on, I think we lost that bit, but at the end of the day, you're 2-0 up and you've got like 5 minutes left. It's not much of a loss then, So I do think there is an option to bring somebody else in who can continue that. Then George is just doing 60 minutes and we've got someone else who can do the same thing for another 30. I do think there is a spot there because if we lose George, I think we lose a lot of our goals. So we need some sort of extra person who can do that role, But for me, it was a great team performance. We got a clean sheet, which we've not had many. A clean sheet away, which again,
Absolutely.
we've not had many. And I think that, although people will turn around and say, yeah, but it was a weakened Borough side, that was still a good side. There were still good players in there. You're talking Barlassi, you're talking Matt Crooks, you're talking Latte Laugh. It's even Matt Clark, who's still a good defender. It's a good team.
Totally agree. And
I think that's a way to Borough is a statement win. That says to people, we're here. You come and play us. Take us at our ground. We'll have you a go. We'll still come to your ground and give you a game. You want to play us, we'll play you. And I said right from the start, even though I said 2-2, and I thought it would be 2-2, because I think both teams want to go at each other. If we do what we want to do, if we do it better than them, we can win. And I think we saw that with the Leeds game. We both went for it. They just did it a little bit better than us. And then just our luck, the final goal scorer got Scott sold a week later. What I mean?
That's the way it goes, isn't it? But they're on the horizon. They're coming up. Stephen Peck says, amazing the way you win, lads. We've got Daniel Bradish. If Morsey doesn't get yellow next game, if Morsey doesn't get a yellow next game, but doesn't get one against Norwich.
I'll be honest. I think the referee was looking to book Morsey for Summit.
Well, regardless, kicking the ball away. If it was that, I didn't see the
silly,
inside myself.
He gave him a reason, but I think the referee was always keen to book him. He talked to him about 3 or 4 times, and it was a stupid thing to do. And I think McKenna will say, "Look, calm down."
I've got a question for you about that in just a moment. Coming from the chat. But first, we've got Danny in the chat who's a little bit upset, it seems, from his messages. Danny, do leave some salt for my fries. Chris McTaggart, rather lose Morsey against Leeds and Leicester. Need to play derby match next. Yellow is that match. We've got a question, right, from Mike D. Question. Would you rest Morsey with Luongo back for Watford due to card risk, or is that a silly idea? Stephen Parry, he's asked me. I'll answer in a second. But what do you think, first of all?
No, I'd play him. To be
honest,
honest,
Watford and take the risk.
Yeah. Well, I've seen. I don't think it's a risk because I've seen a lot of Norwich, and even with Morsey not there, I think we're capable of beating them anyway.
Cool, that'd be some afternoon, wouldn't it? Beating them without your captain.
Look, I don't think. To be honest, we had Morsey on 9 yellow cards for about 15 games last season. He seems to suddenly when it's to nine cards, he flicks a switch and goes, right, I'm not going to get another, and he doesn't. He walks that tightrope close to the line. And that's the player that we enjoy. But the top and bottom of it, I think we could beat Norwich. And this is me who's sitting on the fence. I think we can beat Norwich even if we lost Morsey. I'm worrying more about Watford. They come back and drew against the Saints today. I worry more about Watford than I do against Norwich. Norwich is at home. Watford's away. I worry more about them than I do against Norwich. So if we had to lose him for one, I'd rather lose him for Norwich than I would Watford because they're a bit like West Brom for me, Watford, and I think Norwich are easy. It would be easier to open up because they like to. Well, they say they like to try and play, but they just can't. You know what I mean? Not as good as we can.
Go on, so
I'm more confident with us if we lost him from Norwich than I'd be disappointed for him, and I'd rather him not miss out. But if he does, I definitely want him in for Watford because away we need to start getting points away. We know we can win at home, but the more points we pick up away, the more chance we have of getting into January still in second place. And that's the key.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah, okay. We got great question from Mike. I will start tomorrow's show, I reckon, with that, Mike, and ask the lads tomorrow. Don't forget, live tomorrow, 4 p.m, not 1:30, 4 p.m, slightly later than normal. Rax Max Hurst is that adorable dog we all like, runs after everything, gets covered in crap, looks like an unwashed Chewbacca, and does it all with a grin on his face, or in the hope he gets a treat, a goal. We all love it.
I do want to say one more thing. I just want to praise every single fan who was there. I could hear them all game, and every single player. That was a fantastic team performance against a very good Borough side. And if we can play like that, we know away we can have a good go against anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Man of the match before I let you go, my man.
I'll give it George Hurst because nobody else has yet. And I think, for me, I think that was the difference in holding the ball up and spreading play around. I think that was the difference between us winning and getting a draw.
Absolutely. Steve, hang on. And before I let you go, could I ask Coxie, 3-word review for this afternoon, please?
We keep going.
Love it. Parry, a legend as always. Look after yourself. Great comments coming in. Don't forget, like, subscribe. And if you want to support the platform that's for the fans, by the fans, go that one step further. $4.99, cancel at any point. Hit join on YouTube or head to our Ko-Fi site. Hit the link, sign yourselves up, $4.99, as I say, cancel at any point and get access to the Discord, which I think I haven't looked in on the Discord yet. I haven't peeked round the door, but I reckon it's going to be absolutely bouncing. I might have to set them up with a voice chat tonight because I reckon they're going to be absolutely bouncing. We've got Kev Hansen. What a win. Can't remember last night. We won last time, I think he means. I hope Kev can remember last night. We won at Borough and a clean sheet. And you know who next Saturday? We've got McKenzie. If we could get Ben Brereton Diaz on loan, would be unreal Premier League competition, though. Have you all done your homework? Oh, talking about Danny in the chat. Danny, I'll put him on timeout now. He was starting to get on my nerves. Lee, welcome in. How you doing?
Evening. Yeah, really well after that.
I bet you are. Talk us through it.
Oh, well, I was sitting there watching the game, and on reflection, it was like two teams with similar styles. So for an away game, I thought we were quite comfortable. And that was because I think both the coaches, managers, what we're going to call them, coming from Man U, from the same background, the same sort of pedigree as such.
Yeah.
The styles the style suited us. It suited us because there was no long balls into our box. There was no sort of bingo football in terms of when it could drop and pressure that way. So I think for us, it was a good fit for style. So it was just a comfortable afternoon, wasn't it? And
yes, it was.
You know, in terms of defending, and we took our chance in the first half. Scored a lovely goal second half, and could have had probably, maybe another two. And the way Taylor's been playing with that shot, he was disappointed. Probably, so you'd expect him to score. So that's just a side bit. But what a performance all round! A really good away performance. I think every player played well, and you keep asking for a man of the match. But one thing I'd like to say was Hedlaki, when there was a ball played over the top and he's playing sweeper keeper, and he just takes the ball in midair, and he's like, it's like fucking Beckenbauer. I mean,
he took it better than some outfield players, Lee, didn't he?
Yeah, he does, and he's just took it down, and I'm sitting to myself thinking that, and I'm thinking, do you know what? I mean, your goalkeeper, if you're an old-fashioned, your goalkeeper's got to stop shots. Of course they have. They've got to defend.
Absolutely.
They've got to be able to do this, catch the ball. I think all round, I just can't see Walton getting in the way he's playing and the way he's moving the ball around the back, because Walton can move the ball around the back, but he can't do it in that way. I don't think. As per like goalkeeper off the ball, who's better? It's hard to say, but the way we played this season with the goalkeeper, with Hedlaki, that's been pivotal, and it's just got to continue, hasn't it?
It has. And I want to ask you about two young players, if I can, Lee. First, because they both have had a part in today's win. And first of all, we'll narrow in on Jack Taylor coming in for Massimo Luongo. How did you see his performance over the course of 80 odd minutes, however long he played? Because it is a tough place for Town, notoriously. Borough are a team that last week were narrowly beaten by Leeds. We know how good Leeds are. So how did you see his performance alongside the captain?
Well, I thought, to be honest, I think it goes under the radar. It was only the second half. The commentators didn't mention him much. Now, I'm not saying that's a reason, but I think he probably did a lot more off the ball than maybe what we expected him to do on the ball.
Yeah.
Especially at home, he's got that sort of play into feet and that little sharp spin where he can then break the lines. Didn't see much of that today, but I suppose his positional sense was there. But he on the ball, he was probably, I would say, didn't see a lot of him first half. But that's not a criticism. But that's just, from what I saw. Second half, he's probably first half. So he's probably in defence. He's filling the spaces in, being disciplined. So I suppose a good solid performance. But I think he came to the fore a little bit more second half, and that chance he had, you would think, he's going to put that. Doesn't have to go in the top corner, just has to go anywhere to the right, left of the goalkeeper, and he scores. So I think a solid game. I wouldn't say it's spectacular, but I just thought the first half maybe went by him a bit in terms of us moving forward, but defensively he was doing his job.
Second player is the player that won us the game in the end. The second goal scorer, Amari Hutchinson, coming onto the left-hand side as opposed to the right. He has played in that left channel, Southampton away, if memory serves me correctly, being one of the occasions. How did you see his impact on the game?
Well, see, his impact is more about McKenna, isn't it? About McKenna thinking how the game is going and bringing him home to put him there. He's not putting there all season. He's putting there for a reason. And that reason is he thinks that he can benefit from playing there and hit them on the counter. And that's exactly what we did. Now, it's easy to say in hindsight, that's what McKenna's thoughts were. But that's what I see that. He's tenacious. He'll do the press as well. He'll put pressure on tiring defenders because he's just got that little extra half a yard about him. Defenders think they've got that space. 100%. And then all of a sudden, he's just nipped in. And I think, it's been a masterstroke. So he went on and did what he had and took his goal very well. The goalkeeper angles weren't great, but he took, brilliant to come in and take that goal. And I think he was involved in a couple of other moves as well. So as a sub, he scored the goal. But credit for McKenna to have that detail on who to bring on in that position, and probably saw a weakness maybe in the side, the right back. I don't know, but he could have. I suppose Harness was already on the pitch. He could have moved Harness to there, but Harness plays a different role, doesn't he? In terms of he's not going to run in behind. He's not going to do what Hutchins. They're all different.
He's technical. Amari is technical, but also pace for days.
Yeah, he's got that. He's got that bit more pace in behind, and so I think where Harness was playing, was he in
behind, wasn't he? In behind George.
Yeah, he was in behind. So maybe he saw that. So it's in.
Oh, has he frozen on me? I think he might have done. If he comes back, I'll bring him back. Mike D, I love Hutchinson. Got a great future. Hutchinson is quality, says Colin Plum. Lots of love for Amari, who was on our 3-word review graphic, and there's some of those coming in this afternoon. Love 3-word reviews. Don't forget, we'll go through them, or we'll show them all hopefully tomorrow at 4 p.m. on Talking Town. We've got Rax Max 3-word review. Pleased as punch. My AD Croucher, my 3 words. Bring on Norwich. Mike Baker. 3-word review, marching on together. Maxine's 3 words, bring on Norwich. And Mark says, clinical, disciplined, and together. Amari gives us an X factor. Not easy to read, says Greg Nichol. I just got a tweet I was tagged in by Between the Lines in regards to Connor Chaplin. So I thought I'd read it out. This afternoon, Connor Chaplin, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 chances created, 9 passes into the final third, 6 recoveries, 3 out of 4 duels won, 1 foul won, man of the match, 8.7 match rating. Just how was phenomenally special was Connor Chaplin this afternoon. We'll go through that and a lot more tomorrow on Talking Town. But for now, we are done. Don't forget, it's this Talking Town partnership with Stowmarket Osteopaths. I go there, great service. Give Freddie a call. So the governor sent you 01449613633. Stowmarket Osteopaths and Physiotherapy. But for now, like, subscribe, join the party over on Discord if you want to become a member. $4.99, cancel any point. See you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Town of marched on. I don't need 3 words. I just need 2. Liquid football. If you want to add a 3rd word in there, in the middle of liquid and football, you can do so. But I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Mwah!
You make me smile when I think of you. If I get down knowing I am blue, I can't get enough. Hopeless lover. You make me happy, I feel so fine. Oh, how I wish that you were mine. I can't get enough. Hopeless lover. I woke up all soaked in sweat, weird chills running down my neck. I felt went crazy from just the thought of you. A long